Welcome to EduRev.
Hi, I'm Apurva Tirke. I'm a verbal ability and reading comprehension trainer at EduRev. I have trained hundreds of students in verbal ability and reading comprehension and helped them get into top B schools. In this video, we are going to take a look at tenses and how to spot tense errors in a sentence. Tenses are those words which allow you to place a particular event along a timeline. So whether the event happened in the past, whether it is happening in the present, or whether it is going to happen in the future. So we have basically three types of tenses: past, present, and future. Within these three types of tenses, we also have four common subcategorizations for all three of them. For example, we have simple present tense, we have simple past tense, and we have simple future tense. Similarly, we have continuous present tense, we have continuous past tense, and we have continuous future tense, and so on and so forth for perfect as well as perfect continuous tenses. First of all, let me spell out the directions for you. Every sentence is divided into four sections: A, B, C, and D. There is some error in one of these parts. However, if you find that there is no error in the sentence, you may opt to go with part D, which is basically saying no error. Let's take a look at the first sentence. When I reached home, I saw that my brother ate my share of cake. Now here, let's see the breakdown. Option A, when I reached home. Option B, I saw that my brother. Option C, ate my share of cake. And option D, no error. Error is in part C of this particular statement. In the statement, it is clear that the narrator had just reached home when he observed something, and there are two possibilities. Either the brother had already finished the cake that was preserved by the narrator, or the brother was still eating the cake just when the narrator entered his house. Here, why we are going with this one particular choice is because when we see, it is an action in motion. He is not saying after I reached home, I found so and so happening. He is saying when I reached home, I observed that my brother is eating something, and that is my share of cake. And therefore, we are going to go with this particular variation. The presence of was suggests that the first statement that I explained is the correct answer. So, the correct statement is, when I reached home, I saw that my brother was eating my share of cake. Let's go to another statement now. Kritika loves when it rains, as it reminded her of the games she played in her childhood. Option A, Kritika loves when it rains. Option B, as it reminded her of the games. Option C, she played in her childhood. And option D, no error. Now, in this particular statement, we see that the first part and the third part are both in present tense and past tense respectively. However, the childhood has already passed, and whatever games she played in childhood would be in past tense. But when Kritika is remembering something now in present, the entire action has to be in present tense. If we see the relationship between the first part and the second part of the statement, Kritika loves when it rains, as it reminded her of the games, it sounds a bit odd. It should be reminds her of the games, because the remembering is happening now. So the correct answer is Kritika loves when it rains, as it reminds her of the games she played in her childhood. Let's go to the next statement now. While Cinderella was made to work tirelessly, her stepsisters were sleeping all day. Option A, while Cinderella was made. Option B, to work tirelessly, her stepsisters. And option C, were sleeping all day. Option D, no error. Here, in this statement, we see that the first part is in past tense, while the C part of the statement is in past continuous tense. So here, we can see a clash between the sentence itself. So, to resolve this particular clash, we will replace the past continuous tense with simple past tense. So, the correct statement will be, while Cinderella was made to work tirelessly, her stepsisters slept all day. Let us take a look at another example. Since the summer started, I drank a lot of water to avoid dehydration. Option A, since the summer started. Option B, I drank a lot of water. Option C, to avoid dehydration. And option D, no error. So here in this particular statement, we see that we have used since, which is telling us that something has been happening since a point in past and it is probably still continuing, because the rest of the sentence is giving an indication that the summer is still going on, and therefore we have to change this particular tense in the second part of the statement. The error lies in part B of the sentence. When we talk about something that has already happened in the past and is continuing, we have to use present progressive or present continuous tense. Therefore, for this particular sentence, we will have to change as follows. Since the summer started, I have been drinking a lot of water to avoid dehydration. Let us take another example now. We will fly to Europe tomorrow. We land in London the day after. We leave for France 2 days later. We will fly to Europe tomorrow. Option A. We will land in London the day after. Option B. We will leave for France 2 days later. Option C. And no error. Option D. So here there is no grammatical error, because the first statement is establishing that we are going to fly to Europe tomorrow, and therefore we have already told that whatever is coming next is going to happen in future. In such cases, it is all right to use the present tense in order to justify what is going to happen next after a particular event, because after you have given a timeline, all the events are going to continue in that particular timeline itself. Also, please note that these three sentences form a part of a paragraph and they are not a single statement. So the correct answer is, we will fly to Europe tomorrow. We land in London the day after. We leave for France 2 days later. So the key takeaway from this video would be that first, there should be consistency in the statements. Second, there should not be any ambiguity within a statement. Third, we have to be aware of the V1, V2 and V3 forms of all the verbs. And fourth, we have to take care when we are talking about perfect and perfect continuous tenses. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it will help you spot the tense errors in different sentences. Catch you next time.